Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the second day of the semifinals. This time, for the first time at Wolf Summit, at the 13th edition, we are going to have, because we will see some pitches today, we're going to have 100 startups pitching, and the first 7, if everything goes according to the plan, will pitch right now. So I'm very happy to be joined by our judges in this health and medtech session, and give a warm welcome to Caitlin Das from HubSpot, Adam Kocik from J&T Ventures, and Gabor Poshony from Portfolion Capital Partners. So hello, welcome. Good to see you here. And in a second, we will be joined by our first startup, Nikhil. Is that working? I think it is. Hello, are you sharing your screen with us? Okay, we can see it.
Sure.
I am setting the clock to 3 minutes, and you can start right now.
Okay, thank you very much. We are Oslo, and what we've noticed is that the medical industry suffers from severe underexposure to real-life cases and patients for young doctors and medical students in training. And this has been massively exacerbated by COVID with the level of hospital disruption that we've seen across the world. So what does this actually lead to? Well, first of all, underprepared doctors bring less than optimal health outcomes. So not only do patients suffer, but the healthcare professionals suffer because they're not being supported to thrive in their careers, which is why we're seeing huge attrition amongst nurses, and the retention rates amongst GPs and doctors are falling. Economically, we can measure the amount of money and medical hours that teaching hospitals waste, and we see that the medical industry is losing a huge amount of money and a lot of medical resource due to organizational dysfunction alone. So how does Oslo combat this? Well, we've built a platform that allows for on-demand teaching, which means that we've uncovered a huge number of new teaching opportunities that previously went unnoticed. Secondly, we allow for the sharing of resources. Now, this is really important because through COVID, we have a huge number of medical students who are stuck at home. This allows them to gain access to case notes and diagnosis information, which means that they gain something comparable to real clinical exposure. Thirdly, everything that's done through Oslo, all of the student attendance, all of the teachers' training contributions are logged in line with continuous professional development. This is really important because it assists doctors in passing their revalidation later in their career, and it's also very valuable to regulators who have a very tough time in monitoring what kind of further training and learning doctors are actually going through. So if we're to look at the market, who are we actually playing against? Well, we would say that Oslo really isn't playing against anyone. There isn't anyone that's doing what we do and there isn't anyone that's offering what we bring to the medical industry. Currently, hospitals organize training through WhatsApp, word of mouth, handwritten rotors, disparate Excel sheets. It's very disorganized, and it's a massive problem that they're struggling to resolve, which is probably why we've had quite a lot of success in building relationships with hospitals and bringing medical institutions on board. So over the past 2 years, we've worked with 16 hospitals who've organized over 700 sessions. And it continues to grow. The level of engagement continues to grow. We're at a point now where we have the right users on board and we have a high level of engagement. So we believe we have product market fit. Our users actually want to upgrade their subscription to use more advanced features. This is actually where we need a little help. We're looking for funding to develop some of our more advanced features that include machine learning and data analytics to help medical institutions gain a greater depth of insight into the skill sets of their healthcare personnel. In essence, we expect to see exponential growth. We find that hospitals refer us to each other, and there are network effects to be leveraged that stem from doctors working between different hospitals and students benefiting from a greater volume of participation on the platform. In terms of the team that's actually building Oslo, we have a very well-rounded experience into business, software development, and the medical industry. So to hone in on the founders, our COO, Alan, who's with us today, has experience of commercial rollouts with Apple and T-Mobile. Our CEO, Adam, is a doctor. He was also previously the chair of medical education for the largest teaching hospital in the UK, and he himself was a software engineer before becoming a doctor. So we have a very intimate understanding of the end user, and a lot of experience of producing software and taking it to market. So why are we here today? Well, ultimately, as I mentioned, our users now are ready to invest a little more into the Osler solution. And we need a little funding to help develop those features, and we need more bandwidth to onboard our users. We've actually got a little more demand than we can serve, which is a great problem to have. And that's why we've come to you today. So thank you for listening. And I'll open up to questions now.
Great.
How did that fare, Rosie?
We've got 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. So are there any questions from our judges?
I was wondering about how did you actually do market sizing? That was a bit vague for me.
Yeah, sure. I'll just go back to the slides. So ultimately, what we said is our initial market is the UK, because that's where we're based and that's what we're familiar with. If every hospital in the UK was to use a kind of average subscription level of Osler at £35,000 per hospital, that would generate a revenue of £44 million. This total addressable market is a kind of conservative measure, we would say. We're saying if every hospital in the world used an average subscription, that would generate a revenue of £6 billion. But what I would like to highlight is that hospitals have a wide range of specialists and healthcare personnel outside of doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, etc. So we would say these are conservative measures, and in reality, hospitals would probably be spending a little more than that amount.
A quick question, hi Nick. If I understand correctly, your clients are mainly hospitals. What is the pain? What is the biggest pain that you're solving for the hospitals, and how are they going to make money with us with your software?
So the biggest pain would be the kind of inefficiency in organizing medical training. The problem that's bringing is the medical students don't really have the skill sets they need when they go onto wards. Quite often, young doctors are, not to speak insensitively, but they can be a burden to the experienced medical team that are running the hospitals. And the issue is that they should be at a position where they can add value when they hit the wards. So what we're doing is we're giving more insights into the skill sets and the training deficiencies of doctors, and improving the process of putting together teaching sessions for the young doctors.
Thanks a lot. We've got 3 seconds to go. So unfortunately, we ran out of time here. Thank you for your pitch, Nick. And now we will move on to Maria from MedVC EU. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you again. We saw
nice
each other not so long ago at PPNT Scale Up Champions Demo Day. So that was quite. That was like 1 month ago, right? So good to see you again.
Exactly.
Okay, the clock is set to 3 minutes. Feel free to start now.
Okay, thank you very much. I will stay on the topic of training for doctors, but also I would like first to ask one question. Is it possible for doctors to operate remotely? Not yet, but doctors can interactively supervise surgery from a distance, and in some cases, even save lives. And telemedicine is on the top now. COVID drama helped us. I'm Maria I'm part of MedVC team. We live mainly in Poznań, Poland, but we think about medicine globally. And we created MedVC, interactive telemedicine solution for remote diagnosis and instant medical expertise. We allow doctors to actively participate in live operations at a distance. And what is the problem? The problem that COVID pandemic has highlighted even stronger is the delivery of medical knowledge and expertise and remote training and e-learning for students, young doctors, medical staff, but also for medical companies. MedVC solution is the audio-video set terminals for interactive remote medical cooperation. It is compatible with any medical video device, and all collected data we broadcast interactively, videos 4K, but also in 3D, we record and protect the data, and we upload this data to a dedicated platform. Our main competitors are big and very famous companies. But what's the most important is that their products are not personalized and they do not have specialized solutions for medicine. And what is maybe the most important for us right now is the situation with big companies like Storz in Poland. When they want to perform a broadcast of some transmission of some operations, they call us to do this. About our market, especially during the COVID pandemic, the market is growing and will be growing very fast. The total number of hospitals in the world is estimated around 164,000 hospitals, and we will reach 1% of the market. So the scale is about 330 million euro. About our business model, we are profitable since 2018 and were established in 2016. We have three, let's say, main selling models. The first is direct sale and lease. The second one is the participation in some special scientific projects within the European Union. And the third one, the new selling model, our selling funnel, is the development of software, of broadcasting of medical conferences in TV style. Our team consists of a group of ICT specialists, and we have gained almost 1 million euro to develop the solution. Our CEO and co-founder has over 35 years of experience in business. And what we would like to ask is, our business is highly scalable, and really we are on the top right now. But high growth and fast growth, which is very important to us, requires financial investment. We would need first 300 euro to complete the second release of the software and also to launch some sales department, and 200 euro for a special large project of the implementation in maternity wards to cover the cost of installing more or less 50 or 100, it depends on the situation, terminals in maternity wards. The profits just for this project will be around 1.5 million euro. And another big project that we are preparing with the Ministry of Health and Education in Poland is the networking of Polish university hospitals, of course, using our terminals. So COVID is a big drama, but it really helped us. And we have large projects and installations to build, so the chances are big. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. We've got over 3 minutes. So who'd like to start with the questions? Caitlin?
Hi, Maria. I would like to ask you a quick question. Thank you so much. I was wondering about how you're thinking about scaling your acquisition model. You're saying direct sales, you're competing to very large organizations with very big sales teams. How are you thinking about scaling your sales?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the question. It's like, what about the scaling? It's what we are doing right now. We are through this organization because we call it competitors, of course, but they are more for us like a partners, because through them and through some contact that we have in hospitals, we are trying to scale the situation. But what we have discovered during the COVID pandemic, it's also the broadcasting of medical conferences. It's our selling funnel right now, because during this medical conferences, we are knowing more doctors, hospitals, we are in the hospitals. So through this, we are trying to make a nice marketing of our products, of what we are doing. But also because also during these conferences, we have the opportunity to, for example, to broadcast live operations.
Hi, Maria. Thank you. I think this is actually a great product that you're having. Just a quick question. Do I understand correctly, is mainly hardware plus some software you're just building on now? Or what is kind of your business model in terms of, because the hardware startups are usually financial heavy, right? You need to invest a lot before you start. Do you have a plan for a software, for SaaS? And secondly, what is your kind of the USP? What is the unique selling point? Because I understand correctly, this should be kind of a high-tech thing, right? I mean, to merge all the doctors together once, but during the operation, the surgery. So what is your USP and what are the references that you're having?
Okay, so first of all, we are mostly the software. we are software based, and this is the service. Of course, hardware, we need the hardware part, because this is our terminal, let's say. This is the build part of that. And that's why, for example, that why I have mentioned about the big project that we have in Poland of in maternity wards, because we need to cover the cost to build these installations, then to put there our software, and then to sell it to the hospitals in the service model. And that's our idea. But generally, our basics are the software, and what we are selling then is the software. We are selling it directly, but also what we do is leasing, because we know that, of course, for the hospitals, the money here is the problem. That like spending 1,000 euro or I don't know 200 euro per month, it's possible, but 1,000 maybe and once a big amount, it's quite difficult thing to do. And about the second part of the question, what's the unique? Because I don't know if I have understood it correctly. What is something special what we have, and that we know that we have the unique service right now? It's that our product is interactive. So you are doing you can make a nice cooperation in interactive mode. So you can pause the video, you can just launch someone the video, you can do a lot of things in the video. So this is
so
everything
sorry to
goes
stop
in
you
the
here,
interactive mode.
Maria.
Not only the transmission, not only the stream.
Sorry, Maria, but we need to move on. So we ran out of time, but thank you very much for answering the question. If you'd like to add anything more, please go to Hopin and do so. I hope that there are some comments in there, from our viewers. So make sure to address that too. And now Jorge and Galactica Biotech. Hello, Jorge.
Hello.
We have your screen.
Okay.
I'm setting the clock to 3 minutes, and good luck.
Thank you very much. In Galactica Biotech, we have developed a machine learning platform able to identify new applications for molecules. And we use this technology to discover new uses for food supplements. One of the problems is that identifying new application for a molecule is difficult, expensive, and slow. However, with our technology, it's very easy to discover new combinations or formulations. And one of the advantages of using food supplements is that there is not a very strong regulatory hold as in drug discovery or drug development. We use machine learning and artificial intelligence to discover these new applications. And for example, we have a combination of these molecules that can help patients with COVID-19. This is an example of the market size just for food supplement ingredients, and it's expected to reach about 2 billions in 2024. And this is another example in the States, and you can see that it's possible to divide this market in vitamins, botanicals, minerals, and natural products, among others. And also is expected to reach about over 40 billions just selling this kind of products. The value proposition is that we can identify combination of food supplements or formulations discovered by machine learning. One of the examples, as I mentioned, is to help people with COVID-19 or prevent infections with COVID-19. And this is all perfectly compatible with vaccines or treatments. And we can apply this technology to other conditions. We use machine learning. We have developed this platform inside the company, and is already working, and we have applied this to COVID-19. The business model is we analyze molecules, we generate a combination that suits specific needs, and we are planning to sell this either online or license this to other food supplement producers. We have obtained a pre-seed investment from a venture capital, a seal of excellence from the European Commission, and we have our first formulation ready to start producing. We're a team of 3. We'll have a PhD, Javier and me from the University of Sheffield, and Alina from the University of Barcelona. So if you have any question, well, I'm happy to answer. Thank you.
Super. Thank you so much. We can move straight to Q&A, just as you said. Gabor, over to you.
Thank you, Jorge. This is fantastic. I guess I have a very basic question. It's not at all clear for me who is your actual target market, your
Yeah.
typical customer.
Yeah, our typical customer, well, there are many people buying food supplements all the time. For example, vitamins, amino acids, proteins. In this case, our first customer is people that want to prevent a COVID-19 infection or that is currently having a COVID-19 infection, because our first formulation was designed for COVID-19. But we can use this technology to help other type of patients, for example, people with arthritis or with hepatitis. So the technology can be applied to different problems. The first one is COVID-19.
So the consumer market. So I'm supposed to buy a specifically designed food supplement on the net from you.
Yes.
So Jorge, I have a quick question. Are you selling more formulas or final products? And if you're selling, whatever you're selling, can you tailor-made it to individual needs?
Yes, it's possible to tailor that to individual needs. However, we need more information about the patient. We have already planned that, but it requires more steps, but it's possible. And well, here we have two options. The first one is to go to a food producer and tell them, combine these products and we sell the formula online, for example. Or the other option is to license this. For example, one of these food producers, there are many, for example, Holland and Barrett in England or GNC in the States. They can just combine and we license this to them. So there are two options. One, we go with a producer and we tell them what to combine. And the second option is to license the formula.
Okay.
Thank you. Can I still ask a question, Rosie? What are your thoughts around pricing? Like, do you have a set pricing, unit economics, something around that?
Yes, we have some pricing. For example, for COVID-19, we're expecting to sell it about between 40-50 euros for a month, which is not, we think is not expensive. We already have the combination of things. We are still working in the trying to see if we can patent this, or you do for example well, if it's possible to patent, or just there is another option to register this formulation, but it's around 50 euros per patient per month.
Still got 1 minute to go. Any other questions?
And so where are you in the sales process, or where are you with the financials of the company?
Well, we are looking for the investments, and the main priority now is looking for either, well, we already have a list of producers, and we are also trying to contact these big food supplement producers, like, as I mentioned, GNC, there are many, to try to negotiate with them the licensing. But if it's not possible, we ask someone else to produce this and to sell this. There are many companies that are able to produce this, and they have already all the regulations, so it's very easy to just combine the sell. Just put this in this tablet, and that's it.
Thank you so much. So that was 4 minutes of a Q&A, so thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jorge. And now, Radosław.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We just need your screen. It's right here. Okay, I'm setting the clock to 3 minutes. Take it away.
Okay, hello and welcome. My name is Radosław Janiak. I'm Chief Executive of FutureMeds. Our team consists of doctors, scientists, and businessmen, and we all work together and achieved success. Now, after a few years, we are reuniting and we are creating FutureMeds, the clinical research company, and network of clinical research sites. We work in the clinical research space. It takes more than 10 years to bring a new medicines to the market, and it costs millions or even billions of dollars. FutureMeds runs clinical research clinics, and our dedicated team of doctors and nurses is bringing new drugs to the patients. The key problem of the market is that clinical trials do not finish on time. Clinical process is long and expensive. The delay in the process can cost up to 6 million euro per day for each of the company. On the market, there's 80,000 sites, which are totally fragmented. The opportunity in the market is, for us, of around 1 billion euro. The total market in the research is 40 billion. We are servicing the market of phase 2 to 4 primary care trials, and we work on the compounds and indications such as asthma, diabetes, osteoporosis, and even COVID. Our value proposition is to change the way the clinical research is executed. Instead of selecting hundreds of separate independent clinics and spend millions of dollars on site initiations, on training and contracting, we propose to use our dedicated research site model. The client can go to us and we offer one-stop shop with network of clinics who employ doctors, nurses, and professionals. Our client portfolio do include the biggest American and European companies who already implemented this solution to their portfolio. We have over 40 contracts signed by now. Our growth will be a mixture of the greenfield and the acquisitions, and we also would like to invest in new therapeutic areas. In 12 months, we've built very strong and profitable operations. 87% of our 2021 revenue is already contracted, and we want to grow from 2 countries in Europe to 5 countries till 2023. So we invite you to this investment opportunity to build the European largest site management organizations. We do believe we have proven operations model, growth potential, and the market is ready. Thank you, and I'm waiting for your questions.
Thank you. All right, so who'd like to start?
Hi, thank you so much for pitching. I have a question. So you're selling to the pharmaceutical companies, is that correct?
Yes, we do sell to pharma companies and to contract research companies. Both of them are our clients.
Okay, and could you tell me a little bit about how you're thinking about scaling selling to them? Like, are you going to go after them one by one? And what is your monetization model here? Is it a price per assignment, or do they go into a long-term contract with you?
So it's really a mixture of the methods. Currently, we do serve the, let's say, top 10 biggest CRO companies and the top 10 biggest pharma. Although via the CRO companies, we do also have access to those small biotech companies who are coming to us with one compound and are willing to do their studies. Our price is focused on price per patient. So for each patient who is entering clinical research, we are charging the so-called investigator fee or investigator grant. In terms of selling, we do plan to create a business development department. Currently, the selling is being done by myself and my team, but when we will be growing bigger, we are willing to go from kind of opportunistic sell when the client is coming to us to the more directed sell when we'll be creating a long partnerships with few of the clients. Currently, we do have such kind of service contract with few of them, and we are willing to expand this.
We still have 1 minute, 40 seconds. Maybe Adam.
muted Adam.
Yes, could you unmute?
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why it changes to unmute to mute all the time. Anyhow, so if I understand correctly,
Please go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So the pharmas come to you to search to kind of outsource their clinical trials. So you should be the one-stop shop for clinical trials. Are you contracting the labs, right? Where you saying that the labs are normally inefficient and you want to increase their efficiency?
Sorry, Adam. We are not the lab. We are the clinics. So we are the clinics who employ doctors and nurses, and
So you own the clinics.
for us.
So you own the clinics or you contract the clinics?
Both. At the moment, we own the clinic, and one of our growth potential is to acquire new clinics and
Okay.
feed them with the new research. But we can also build a greenfield clinic, and one of the way of collaborations which we used in the past in our previous companies was also to partner with the clinics which we do not own.
Okay, because I understood that you're increasing efficiency of the outsourced clinics, right? Where you're saying that they are...
We do increase efficiency because the standard clinic who is doing the research is a clinic or hospital, and they have a lot of other things to do. They have teaching responsibilities, they have trainings, they do treat the patients in NHS contracts. The research is just one of the many things which they do. Our clinics are only focused on doing clinical research. This is giving us the advantage in doing it in the professional way to support the delivery of the studies with new technology, with marketing, with access to the patients, and this is giving us the advantage. So our clinics will be more effective, but in addition to this, we are willing to offer a group of clinics. So instead of selling a single clinic to the sponsor who deliver 5 patients, we want to sell dozens of clinic with 20 of patients or 30 of patients in one
Thank you,
clinic.
Radosław. Unfortunately, we have to move on because
thank you very much.
the time is up. But thank you so much. Make sure to go to Hopin and see if there are any comments, and feel free to drop some links so that you can follow up with the viewers. And now, let's see if Nico, can you hear us? Can you say something?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, everything is perfect. Okay. Your screen is loading. Just give me 1 second because
I don't see you anymore. I'm on full screen
no
mode,
worries,
so.
no worries. We'll be fine. Focus on your presentation. We can hear you. But let me just check with my technical team here because I cannot see the presentation.
Tom said it was okay. So.
Yeah. Let us just try again. Okay, just give me 1 second here.
Sure.
I think that we need to change the order and work something out because we cannot see your screen here.
Or we can open it now. We can open it individually, the presentation, and you can.
Yeah, sure. If we will make it happen, don't worry. So, Nico, if you could stop sharing your screen, share again. Because refreshing sometimes helps us. It's like a soft reboot, so to say. Yes, now we can see it in the backstage, but will we see it on the great pitch stage? Okay, I think that something for some reason is not working. So Tomek will help you out in the backstage, and we'll change the order. And if there's a need, we will share it for you, and you will let us know when to switch the slides, etc. So now, if Neringa is ready. Are you there, Neringa? You are.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, please share your screen with us.
Okay, just in a second.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Neringa, we cannot see it. Oh, okay, we can see it now. Adding it to the screen. Can you go full screen?
Yep.
Super,
Oh, I
we
hope
can
it
see
works.
it. Yes, it does. So you have 3 minutes. Take it away.
Hi, my name is Neringa. I'm a CEO and a co-founder of Brachydos. Brachydos is a medical device. It's made to help oncology doctors to prevent treatment errors in their radiotherapy procedures for breast, cervical, prostate cancer cases and provide best possible treatment results. I've been working as a medical device engineer and physicist for more than 7 years in various Lithuanian hospitals, international projects, and I've seen many of my colleagues, oncology doctors, frustrated, unsatisfied with the cancer treatment outcomes, and it touches over 200 million cancer patients every year. And the problem lies there that doctors are lack of accurate cancer treatment quality control tools. So to solve this, we made Brachydos. It's in a shape of a flexible tube. It's a hardware. It measures radiation dose applied to a patient and sends all this collected data to a doctor's computer. This data is reinforced by deep learning algorithms to make it more accurate. And this set of data helps doctor to significantly improve treatment plan and prevent expensive and painful treatment errors. So we made our device a solution to save doctors time, to help patient to leave the faster to leave hospital faster, and to reduce overall treatment costs for the radiotherapy departments and hospitals. So since it's made of two separate parts, a hardware and a software, we are going to provide the hospitals by a software and a hardware, and also do a maintenance and service for them. So we started our journey simply from Horizon 2020 project, and we also were supported by EAT Health, national funding, and for now we have MVP, which is undergoing preclinical testing at the National Cancer Institute in Lithuania. And there is our market opportunity here is driven by increasing the number of radiotherapy procedures by 18% every year. And we are going to start from Baltic countries market and then scale to France, Germany, and UK. There we have our first adopters, and later to United States. Unlike other solutions in the market, Brachydos is easy to implement into already existing systems in the hospitals. So there's no need to apply new standard or make new expenses to implement the solution. This is our team. We are medical device engineers, data specialists, and we are working together for more than 10 years in engineering projects, including the military ones. And for upcoming years, we are going to get a CE marking for the solution and enter the market in the Baltic countries, which will gain us an average 30 million euros net revenue. And for now, we are looking for the 300,000 euros to fasten the CE marking and gaining our first adopters faster. So now for a second, just imagine the world without the cancer. So I believe it's quite difficult, but the thing you can imagine clear is high quality treatment for every hospital, for every patient. So I'm Neringa from Brachydos, and I am glad to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Neringa. Yes, we are in the Q&A. So who'd like to start with the questions? Adam, I can see you're smiling. Would you like to start?
I always have questions. So, I was just waiting for someone else. Now, thank you for the presentation. I think it could be a very useful tool, but at what stage are you in the process? Are you in the trials? Are you post-trials? And secondly, where have you patented the product? And what else do you need in terms of expanding to the targeted markets? And thirdly, what is the value add that you actually, and is it measurable? How do you measure the value add for the hospitals?
So just answering the first question first, now we are at the clinical trial stage, and we are seeking for CE marking for a solution, and we do it in Lithuania. And we patented the solution at the National Patenting Office. So it's a Lithuanian size area, and we are preparing patenting for European area, so for selected countries. And the biggest, when we talk about the value or impact for of our solution, we usually think about three different kind of impacts, and one is for a patient, and the other one is for the healthcare system or a hospital, and the third one is for an oncology doctor or professional who use the device. So the main outcome of this using the solution for a patient is better health outcomes. So they don't suffer from a treatment error, so they can leave hospital faster, they can come back to normal life faster, they don't need to take additional treatment, additional pills, therapies to come back to normal work. For a user, for a medical physicist or oncology doctor, it's a useful tool to do their treatment planning successfully, as we know that over 50% treatment plans are done in low accuracy, so they really need this tool. And for the hospitals, it helps them to prevent additional costs that they need to use to treat the patient. It depends on a healthcare system actually, but for systems which is usually like in Lithuania or Baltic countries, or I believe in Poland also, their government covers the costs of the main treatment of radiotherapy, so it would help them to save over €1 billion in European Union.
Thank you. We have a bit less than 1 minute to go. Who'd like to ask a question? Caitlin?
Yeah, I can ask a quick question. Thank you so much for pitching. It's still not really clear to me if it's like, if this is already live, if you actually have already some hospitals, some doctors using this device in your software. And then additionally, I have a question around your team, because I believe, if I saw it correctly, you have a lot of medical professionals in your team. Are you developing the software and this device yourself, or are you outsourcing that to other companies, partners?
So we are developing it ourselves, but we have a engineering company as our cooperator in engineering stuff from UK. But basically, we do it ourselves, and now it's doctors are testing our device, so it's a testing phase. So they use it not on the real patients, but on simulated patients. So we have like three testing places now.
Thank you, Neringa. If you'd like to follow up on that and write more on Hopin, please do so, because we need to come back to Nico and see if maybe our technical team can share his slides instead, so that Nico can pitch Clemedi to us. So, okay, hello, Nico. Our colleague will share the slides soon, so just stay with us. Just a moment of patience. I can see something's happening. Okay, I'm adding it to the stream, and I think you can see it now.
Beautiful.
Can you? Super.
Yeah,
so
I can.
Let us know how to switch the slides, and 3 minutes over to you.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for inviting me to present our company to this forum. My name is Nico Fischer, and I'm the CFO and Head of Business Development at Clemedi AG, a Swiss startup company. 700,000 people die per year of antibiotic-resistant infections, and this is expected to rise to 10 million per year by 2050. The vision and the purpose of our company and project is to prevent this from happening by ending antibiotic misuse. In our ideal world, the clinician only prescribes antibiotics to patient once he or she knows that they will work in advance. So how do we achieve that? Please, slide 4. Yeah, thanks. So at Clemedi, we have developed a disease management platform that combines DNA sequencing with artificial intelligence to indicate which antibiotic will work and which antibiotic will not work. And the platform does that within 24 hours. Up to now, existing solutions were either comprehensive, like culture, for example, or fast, but not both. Our solution offers both at the same time for the first time when it is most needed, early on at the start of a patient's journey through the disease. The first application on our platform is targeting tuberculosis, one of the top 10 killers to this day. For this application, we have a prototype and we are currently in the technical validation phase. To this date, we have so far raised around 1.3 million US dollars in non-dilutive funding from government grants, etc. Horizon 2020, the Swiss government, InnoSwiss, for example. And we are currently raising 2 million Swiss francs, roughly 2.2 million US dollars, of additional external capital to finance the clinical trial of our first application, obtain regulatory market approval in Europe and India to start and bring the product to market. Follow-up applications on our platform are targeting sexually transmitted infections and hospital-acquired infections. One of the USPs is the scalability into any DNA or RNA-based organisms, such as bacteria, viruses, or even fungi in humans as well as animals, or even plants. For our tuberculosis application, we already have research collaborations in our target market, which is India, number one. And we will enter the market as a laboratory-developed test already before reaching market approval. We have a patent pending in PTC phase, PCT phase, and we will nationalize it in our key markets in May this year, so in 2 months' time. If you could go to page 6, please. So our clients are laboratories around the world, and we make money by selling the reagents kit that goes with the software, and that kit includes access to our cloud-based AI application. Page 6, please. We have a very strong team.
Oh, it was 6, so maybe some other page. Let's
Sorry,
look for the team
13,
page.
13, yeah, the team page, 13. Sorry, got carried away there.
I paused the time,
yeah,
so no
there we go.
worries. We're here, okay, resuming now.
Okay, now I'm almost done. So we have a strong team with PhD, medical doctor, and university professor level in all key functions, bioinformatics, biology, genetics, medics, etc., as well as a strong board and team of advisors from the industry. So thank you very much. That's basically it for now. And if you would like to receive the entire deck, you already have it. Don't hesitate to contact directly. And to hear our story in more detail from the team directly, we are happy to do so in the final of this pitch competition.
Oh.
So happy to take your questions.
Super, Nico. Okay, we can now move on, and it's 3 minutes left for Q&A. Who'd like to start with the questions?
I would. I think what I don't understand is how you can actually put this in actual medical practice in a speedy manner. So if I imagine a doctor working with a patient, how can you? What is the operating model?
Okay, yeah. So very simply put is, for the patient, for the doctor, nothing changes. What we do is we replace an existing process in the lab. So the doctor just takes the sample, a sputum sample, for example, in the case of tuberculosis, and sends it to the lab. The only difference is that the result will come back in 24 hours instead of 4 to 6 weeks or 10 weeks in the case of drug-resistant tuberculosis. So there's a huge time advantage.
Now, can I ask this, because the 24 hours is interesting, right? And I just want to know why 24 hours? I mean, why not shorter? Do you need some hardware in the labs, and are these labs available in India everywhere?
So yes, very good question. So yeah, as you rightly spotted, the bottleneck is the hardware. So our application runs on off-the-shelf sequencing machines. So there are not so many in the world. So Thermo Fisher, Illumina, etc., Nanopore. Yeah. And we deliberately developed the process to run on off-the-shelf machines that are already present today in many labs. And as the hardware progresses and advances and gets faster, our process gets faster as well. So the AI process, the data analytics process in our chain of in the product, it takes only 10 minutes. So 24 hours sounds fast for tuberculosis, for example. For others, it's not fast. So As technology becomes faster, we become more interesting to other diseases as well.
All right. Now you're in the trial phase. For how long you have to be in the trial phase in order to have the product ready?
So we are currently doing the technical validation, meaning we are still optimizing like which machine to use for sample prep, etc. And we plan to start the clinical trial next year and to finish it end of next year. We raise funding externally because the grant monies, public monies, they don't allow us to finance commercial activities. That's the only reason.
Caitlin, I think you had a question.
Yeah, short question, Nico. Thank you so much. What I was wondering, the main problem you're solving, is that for labs or for the hospitals? Or who at the end of the day is your main buyer? Is that the lab or is that the hospital?
The labs, yeah. It's B2B, and the labs will buy our reagents kits because the sequencing machine works with the chemicals. So the chemicals, they mark the parts on the bacterial genome that we want to sequence. So like start and end, we don't sequence the whole genome. That's too much data to be efficient, and that's in the chemicals.
Thank you,
So
Nico.
that's unique to the software.
Thanks so much. We ran out of time, so make sure to go to Hopin and share your website, share some links, or answer questions if there are any in the comment section on the Great Pitch stage. So thank you so much. And now we will be joined by our last startup of this session. And we can see Łukasz already and your presentation. So feel free to start. You've got 3 minutes. You're on mute. So restarting the time, please unmute. Yeah. So Łukasz, can you hear us? You are on mute.
Yes, now I can hear you. Sorry.
Now go back to your presentation, please. And we can begin.
Hey.
Good luck.
Hello, everyone. sorry for problems. Yeah, did you know that every 30 seconds, one person is diagnosed with bowel cancer? 30% of all cancers are related with gastrological and intestinal diseases. And now the problem is even bigger because of a pandemic situation. There are fewer examinations accessible and the healthcare system is overloaded. What's more, gastrointestinal examinations take a lot of time and money. It may last from 1 to even 12 hours and its price ranges between 1,000 and 3,000 euro. We want it to be cheaper, so more patients have access to it. And we want to reduce the time so doctors work less. And that's why we designed an endoscopic capsule that combines artificial intelligence software with highly advanced hardware that detect pathologies. How does it work? The patient easily swallows the capsule, and the capsule takes and analyzes images of the gastrointestinal tract automatically and in real time. Yes, there are other capsules and software platforms, but we are the only ones that have an AI for this type of examination. Thanks to Bluetooth implementation, we'll be the first remote solution for home examinations during pandemic situations. In the next 5 years, the capsule market will double up to 1.3 billion euro. We want to be an alternative for gastroscopy and colonoscopy, so we'll scale up from capsule market to all endoscopic examination. Our main business model is licensing of technology to corporate partners from pharmaceutical, medical, and consumer electronics industries. Yet we are open to B2B sales and software subscriptions. We have already developed our version 1 of a capsule endoscopy platform, which is currently in preclinical trials. We have also developed a desktop application with an AI backbone. Our AI models is already giving us promising results, which is up to 97% of accuracy of neural network in detecting images with potential pathologies. What's more, thanks to our own developed AI algorithm, we can increase image resolution up to 4 times. Biocam team currently counts over 20 people, composed of professors, engineers, as well as young talents from a variety of fields such as microelectronics, optics, machine learning, medicine, and business. We cooperate with 2 hospitals, which give us immediate feedback on our solution. On top of that, we cooperate with many medical, pharmaceutical, and IT companies. We are especially proud of cooperation with KTH University from Stockholm. Currently, we are looking for 1 million euro investment for clinical trials, medical certification, and production. Just to sum up, our capsule endoscopic examination is low invasive, fast, and automatic. And we know patients will use our solution because it's safer, cheaper, and more comfortable for them. So thank you. And I can answer now questions if you have some.
Super. We are now in the Q&A, just as you said. Who'd like to start?
I can start.
Okay.
Hi, Lukasz. Question on the product. One of the advantages of the standard way of the examinations for either gastro or colonal is that you're taking biopsy samples. Then how do you compare it to your technology? Because do you need the standard examination as well in order to take the biopsy samples, or can you replace it by your technology?
So I have to answer for that. First answer is that for now the problem is that a lot of people need to do colonoscopy or gastroscopy, but there is this mental barrier to perform this examination because it's unpleasant. Sometimes it's a bit invasive. So a lot of people are not doing that because of these side effects. So first of all, if you have a tool that you can give someone something less invasive, just to examine it and see if everything's okay, it's better. Then if you see something, you can do proper gastroscopy, colonoscopy, and do a biopsy. Another answer for that, in our development process, we have an idea of doing the biopsy, but in the future we can develop our platform with mechanical actuators. So we have different possible payload configurations that we can put inside the capsule. So one of the idea is to use mechanical actuators as well to do a biopsy.
Okay. Yep.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, I'm already bought in, but a very basic, maybe stupid question about the product. I assume that a capsule moves just very slowly through your, much slower through your gastro tract, whatever, than a normal examination would. So
yes,
it would take time, no, for the capsule to move through your system. So how
it is up to
does it work in an actual examination environment?
Okay,
so wait or
the patients swallow the capsule, and it takes like 12 hours to go through whole gastric system, up to 12 hours. And the video is recorded, so with I don't know 2 FPS frame per second, and then our AI algorithm analyzes these pictures. So after 12 hours, giving to doctor these frames with the problem that where he spotted some annulations or some changes in tissue.
Hi, Lucas. Thanks so much for pitching. I have a question about your go-to-market strategy, because I think your product is really, really innovative. But what is really unclear to me is how you're going to sell it. Like you were saying something about licensing, but then you're also open to software, like SaaS kind of model. What is like your market that you're going to penetrate first, and how are you exactly going to do that?
Thank you, Caitlin, for your question, but unfortunately we ran out of time. So, Łukasz, if you can go to Hopin and answer there.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. So now we've got only 1 minute left because we need to switch to another session, which will be well-being. So, if you'd like to give, one sentence each to our viewers, Caitlin, who are you looking for at Wolf Summit? Who should reach out to you?
Well, every startup or basically partner investor that is looking to increase their go-to-market strategy. So in any way that we can help, improve your go-to-market strategy, basically.
So very
On the
connected
spot.
to your
That was my
question.
elevator pitch.
All right, all right. How about Adam?
I think I would have a standard VC answer. I mean, we're looking for innovative products from CE region that are highly scalable and will be and we can invest in. I mean, but this is a standard thing. I mean, nothing innovative here in the sense.
Well, startups, are for innovation, so so that's all right. Gabor,
Exactly.
how about you?
Well, we are not exactly focused on biotech. So what we would be looking for is any potential lead investor looking for a co-investment
Okay.
partner.
Okay, sure. So if there are any investors watching, then you know to reach out to Gabor as well. So thank you very much for this health tech, med tech session. And now we switch to well-being. So Anya will be here with you in maybe not a few seconds, but maybe in like 1 minute. So see you soon.